The Skin I'm In, Summary and Analysis, Chapter 4. Chapter 4 Summary. In this chapter of the text, Ms. Sanders is able to confront the ideals around her identity and physical appearance. She is also given the opportunity to explain to the students why she is at McClinton Middle School. Stereotypes about beauty and self-worth are tested in this chapter. What does your face say to the world? Analysis of Ms. Sanders based on the information presented in Chapter 4. It takes a long time to accept yourself for who you are, to see the poetry in your walk. So this statement, we can assume that it means that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. This particular statement is significant because we'll see that Malika dad tells her something similar. And she uses that in that particular chapter to find strength and to find her own confidence and self-worth. And we'll discuss that in detail as we move along. To look in the mirror and like what you see, even when it doesn't look like anybody else's idea of beauty. So in her response to the question that she poses to the students, she says, my face says I'm smart, sassy, sexy, and self-confident. Now, the sassy, sexy self, we can also say that that is an example of alliteration within the chapter. But this statement lets us know that Ms. Sanders is confident. Analysis of Malika. Now, this particular statement is very significant because it goes outside of the view that John has of Malika. It goes outside of his perspective, and it also goes outside her perspective of herself. Malika's face says black is beautiful. In essence, this is a contradiction to what Malika believes she is. Now, Malcolm Moore, we are introduced to his character, but we're not given too much interaction with him within this chapter. We're just given an idea of how he looks and what he represents. Okay, now within The Skin I'm In, we see that being black is not necessarily something that is easy to accept, because once you are a certain shade of black, you are no longer beautiful and you are no longer a descriptor of beauty. So we see now where Malcolm in this chapter is introduced to the readers, and he is considered lucky because he's considered lucky because he's mixed. So for Malcolm, he is not on the dark spectrum of black. So let's see what it says. Malcolm is fine. He's got long, straight hair, skin the color of a butterscotch milkshake. So we can assume that Malcolm is that caramel color. Gray sad eyes. He's half and half, got a white dad and a black mama. He's lucky. He looks more like his dad than his mom. So even within this section of the text, we see where Malika is suggesting that Malcolm is more privileged in terms that he's able to have a lighter complexion. And not only that, but he is possibly able to identify with the white side of himself. So what does this actually say about colorism and what we as persons of color consider beautiful? And we look at those as we analyze the text a little further. What is it about the darker skin? Thank you so much for listening to the chapter summary and analysis of chapter 4. I hope that you find this information useful.